Wesley is the reason why I started taking the gym serious, started taking my physique serious, 100%. He's the only bodybuilder I actually bought merch from. I have a Stringer vintage genetics tank top, a Stringer tank top. Man, he is the epitome of bodybuilding, in my opinion. You know? His physique, man, it's like an anatomy class. Without even having a professor there talking and teaching you, man, just his physique alone. His physique is physique. You feel me? You know, he's super positive. I've never seen him in a bad mood. I love his spirit. He's a family man. You know, he's extremely informational. He breaks down his sets and his workouts, tell you why he's doing them and what they do. And he's made some progress, some serious progress. You know, the legs were always a problem for him. The judges always said he needed to bring his legs up and his upper body up a little bit more, and he's done that. I watched him all the way back to when he would train with his dad, to when he would train with his younger brother. Speaking of his younger brother, I wonder how his younger brother is doing, if he's going to compete at some point. But yeah, man, Wesley Vissers is just amazing, man. I love that dude. I really want to see him do great. I really hope that he comes in second place and beats Ramon Dino. I'm glad I'm not Brazilian or from Brazil. Man, those people over there, they are ruthless. They really are. And it's a lot of devil worshiping that goes over there in Brazil. That's really what it is. I remember watching a training, it was either a training video / documentary with Ramon Dino. And, you know what I'm saying, I saw a lot of Santa Maria worship going on there. Just a lot of like demonic stuff. A lot of evil stuff. Worshiping the dead, worshiping dead spirits and evil. Listen, man. And those people are super negative. Those people will literally go out their way to put Ramon down just because Wesley beat him at the Arnold Classic this year. Super disrespectful, man. You know, I can only imagine how Ramon Dino feels. He has a lot of pressure on himself. He's getting disrespect from his own people, you know, while being away from his own family. Definitely being food deprived as he gets closer to the show. You know, he's probably tired, lack of energy. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. And on the opposite end, Wesley Vissers has everything going for him. He has support from his fan base, support from his family. He has support from the bodybuilding world. Everybody speaks highly of him. It's literally apples and oranges when you compare Wesley's fan base to Ramon Dino's fan base. Now, don't get me wrong. There are Brazilians who aren't evil-minded, you know, and are really a true supporter. A true supporter is somebody who supports someone even when the outcome is not the best. Even when the outcome is not what that supporter thought it would be. You're still going to give kudos and say, man, you did what you could. Thank you for representing us as best as you could. No, you're not going to get that from Brazilian fans, man. But I really want to see Wesley win. And Wesley definitely will not beat C-Bum. I've seen a lot of comments, a lot of people saying he will beat C-Bum. You know, I would love to see that happen, but it's not going to happen. And the reason why is because C-Bum just has that wow factor. Don't get me wrong, Wesley does as well, but, man, I feel like Wesley has to bring up his biceps a little bit, his arms a little bit more, and he has to bring up his legs just a little bit more to beat C-Bum. Because the conditioning, he completely annihilates C-Bum in conditioning. 100%. And it's crazy because C-Bum has had some injuries. And he has, you know, certain body parts that look off. You know what I'm saying? Like his quads look a little weird. He had that bicep tear. But the dude knows how to pose. The dude really knows how to overshadow his weaknesses with his amazing posing. Like, for real, for real. You got to remember who his coach is. He has Hani Rambod. So Hani Rambod is awesome at knowing how to manipulate the body, manipulate poses, and pretty much focus on a certain muscle group to take away from the lacking of another muscle group. You get what I'm saying? Hani Rambod is perfect at that. But yeah, man, C-Bum, you look at him, man, just the size of his arms compared to Wesley, man, it's night and day. It's night and day. And he's the poster child. Chris Bum is literally the poster child of classic physique at the moment. And I would say Wesley Vissers is a runner-up. Wesley Vissers is so Arnold. He's like Arnold 2.0, man. He's more Arnold 2.0 than Arnold's old son. If you ever see Arnold's son, I believe he's natural. You know, I've seen him working out at the Gold's Gym before, and I've seen, I think, clips with him with Charles Glass helping him with his posing. Man, Wesley Vissers is more Arnold than Arnold's son. You know, just even his voice, stay golden. Like, the way he talks reminds me of even though I know Arnold's Australian, right? And Wesley Vissers is from the Netherlands. Man, they sound similar, their accent. Again, I've never seen Wesley Vissers in a bad mood. He always has a smile on his face. He's always extremely positive. He is a perfect ambassador for the sport. He is a perfect role model for other men who want to, you know, jump on gear and bodybuild. I wouldn't say he's a good role model for the younger generation who, you know, just wants to put on muscle and look good, because, you know, I promote being organic, being natural all the way. But if you're a young man and you decide, you know, that's what you want to do, you want to go that route, you know, Wesley Vissers is a great model for you to look up to, because at the end of the day, you could tell men how bad steroids are, what it does to the body. They're going to do what they want to do, especially because they always have a phone in their hand. If your kid has a phone in his hand, if a younger man has a phone in his hand, there's no restrictions. He can have Instagram, he can have TikTok, he can have Twitter, Twitch, and all this stuff. You see all these young dudes that are on gear, how they keep flexing and showing their body, looking all crazy. And the one way to tell if a young man is on gear, if dudes are on gear, the veins. All those big, huge, that's not natural. I don't care how lean you get. Just if you look at Goku Pump, excuse me, wow. If you on YouTube, if you follow Goku Pump, even on social media too, or Broly Gains, those dudes don't have those big veins going all over their body because they're natural. They're 100% natural. Yes, they look big. Yes, they look swollen. They do have like some vein on their arm, like one vein here, but they don't have big veins on their shoulders coming across their chest and stuff like that. Man, that is a dead giveaway right there. If you can't tell by anything else, you can tell by that. These young dudes are super swole and super lean with big veins on their arms. Come on, man. We know you're not natural. You're not fooling anybody. But yeah, man, I definitely want Wesley Vissers to be number 2. Again, we know Chris Bum is going to be number 1. And a lot of people are saying that Wesley will be number 2 or 3 until C-Bum retires, and I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. Because Wesley is right there, man. All Wesley has to do is bring up his biceps, his arms a little bit more, and his legs up a little bit more, and man, if he keeps the conditioning, which I know he will. See, Wesley Vissers has mastered conditioning. If you ever watch his eating, man, with that protein sauce he uses, or that's what he calls it, I believe, the protein drip, rather, he is super consistent with his eating. Chris Bum does not have that consistency. He does not. I'm not even subscribed to Chris Bum channel. Every once in a while it'll pop up and I'll click on it, but I've seen a video where a dude brought him a Subway sandwich and he says he loves sandwiches and grinders. I don't care if it's on the off season, I don't care if it's the on season. You can't have that mentality and expect to remain champion for another 4 or 5 years when you have somebody like Wesley Vissers who is creeping up, who is super strict with his diet, who knows how to come in super, super lean and still keep his muscle. It's not going to happen. So that's why I said, man, if Chris Bum, if he doesn't retire after this win, if he decides he wants to compete for another 2-3 years, he may not get to 7-8 champions. I honestly see Wesley winning next year. Wesley will beat C-Bum. If he could bring up those things I said he needs to bring up and other people say he needs to bring up, he will definitely be number 1 next year if Chris Bum decides to keep competing. And mark my words, on my small channel, man, I'll post another video if it happens, if it comes into life. Wesley Vissers will beat Chris Bumstead next year. If he decides to compete. Mark my words. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to say, I told you so. I told you so. Chris Bum should be scared. I really think Chris Bum needs to retire now after this win, or his legacy is not going to be what he wants his legacy to be. I said it here first. He needs to retire because Wesley is coming for you. Wesley cannot be stopped. I'm telling you this right now. So if you're close to C-Bum and you happen to stumble upon my video, man, send it to him. Retire. Because you will not win another one if Wesley decides to keep competing. I promise you, man. Hit the like button if you like the video, man. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love, and stay organic.